Now we are
Base.
cooking with gas. Yes.
When the tail's wagging, there ain't no
How's that go?
lagging.
Ah. Cool.
Roof, you made it. Good boy. We're going to put all those sound bites in here.
I can do that.
When the tail's wagging, there ain't no lagging. Roof, good boy.
Welcome to the escape room. Enjoy the game.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
Welcome, everybody, to the DIU Escape Room Podcast. Woo, I
It's okay.
Oh, good. It's been a long day. That's Phil over there.
And that person over there is Donald.
Yes, I am. And we're going to talk about a really cool place.
Yes.
I don't think we actually mentioned the name of the place on the last podcast, but we were alluding to one room that we did.
Yes.
And so we went and we did their second location. And what started out to be 3 rooms ended up being 5 rooms. And it is Escape Zone, Rhode Island, the Miller Place location we did all day today. And the one room we did last night was Escape Zone, Rhode Island in St. James.
Yes.
And I don't know where you want to start. You want to start with the first room we did at St. James, or
I would start there.
let's start there?
We normally would wait until we did all the rooms there, but
And they still got 5 more
they
rooms.
got about more rooms.
So you're talking a total of 12 different rooms between 2 locations.
Yeah.
That's a lot of rooms.
Yes.
And, we'll step into the St. James location. We did their pirate room,
Yes.
which is the Ghost. What is it?
The Ghosts of Pirates Bay.
The Ghost of Pirates Bay. We walked in, and we felt so immersed already as soon as you walked in.
Yes.
Night and day compared to the place we did earlier that day.
Yes.
And on the last podcast, if you listen to the last podcast before this one, you would know what we thought of that.
Yep.
But this is again, night and day. Just a phenomenal looking room.
Yep.
I felt like I was in a ship. I felt like I was in the pirate times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, before we even got into the room, they let you into the building.
Yeah.
They come and get you at the car. They bring you in, and from that moment going in, the staff was great.
Yeah.
The place is a nice little place. It's clean, well decorated. It's not just plain bare halls. Everything was decorated.
Yeah.
Going in, and then like you said, they opened up the door to the pirates room, and just seeing it was a wow factor.
It really was. And we actually haven't been talking about wow factors lately either.
No.
Because, the room itself is, like you said. This room, by far, probably my second favorite pirate room.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's going to beat Captain Spoopy and down in Orlando.
It's going to be very hard.
Very tough to do it.
To come close to that.
Of course, Orlando is a huge touristy area, so they have to do everything
Right.
big. It's the only way to get the traffic in.
Yeah.
You gotta get that reputation. But for out here, the owner designs every little aspect of these rooms.
Yep.
It's one guy.
They say he has this big, thick notebook with all his designs that he keeps for years. He just writes stuff down. He thinks about it.
Yep.
When he has enough to build a room, he hires someone to build all the props and to build the room out. And It's amazing. I mean,
It's truly amazing.
it's to the point that we had the conversation of if it could be a bought room or a made room.
We had that conversation on the ride back yesterday.
Yeah,
when we
and
left
I
there.
mean it's that good of a build.
And then we found out today that
Yeah.
he designed everything and had everything built outside and
His
brought it.
brother-in-law does the paintings and the
Yeah, his brother-in-law is his brother, either or, family member. But this pirate room,
it's a family thing.
right? This pirate room was done very well. You come in, you gotta find the gold, right?
Gotta find the treasure, yeah.
The treasure, and everything worked like it was supposed to,
For the most part,
except for one thing.
there was one prop, and a throwback to the last podcast we did, and other podcasts that we've talked about it. The game master was attentive
Oh, definitely.
and made the game. When we had the issue with the prop not working,
Right.
he was right there
Within seconds.
with a little remote control trying to fix it, and didn't come, banging in the room. I mean, was squeaking in the room,
Right, she didn't even want to come in the room.
yeah. I mean, she wanted to do it from outside the door,
Yeah, and she couldn't.
and was very apologetic that it wasn't working right, and even though it didn't work right, it was a cool freaking looking
Oh, it
prop.
definitely was.
It
Definitely
was, and there was a few little things there, here and there that we had to call her about, and he was so attentive.
She answered within
With
seconds.
everything, yeah.
Within seconds, we had answers, and
Without giving us the straight answer, but with enough clues that made sense of where to look and
Right.
what
and
to do.
I have her name written down. I want to say it's Elena.
I believe it's Elena.
When you hear this, if we're wrong,
You can call us up and yell at us.
yeah, you can call us up, comment under whatever, and tell us, God damn it, I'm this one. Whatever. I'll even give you my phone number. How's that sound?
Hey now.
And you can tell us your real name.
Hey now.
Not on the air here.
Want to do an interview? Let us know.
Yeah. But all in all, this room, it was a double room. It was 2 rooms.
Yep.
It was great. Everything felt authentic in there.
Yes.
Nothing seemed out of place.
No. Everything seemed right for the period. It seemed right for the design. The only negative things that I could think of is there were a few little things in my eyes where the lock that something went to was not in a logical spot for the clues that you were given.
Yes.
It happened twice in that room on the same prop. And
Yes.
other than that, I mean, it's
No whiteboards. No, nothing to write on.
that's a problem with this company.
Yes.
There's not a lot of problems with this company,
But that's
one of the very few problems.
Yeah.
But with that being said, their remedy is they don't mind that you use your phone to write stuff down.
Oh, right.
We've been in places where as soon as you take your phone out,
Oh, you got to put that away. You
they
got to
stop
put
the
that
game
away. You gotta put that
immediately.
away.
And,
Right.
these people were very chill about that. And
Exactly.
it was good.
So the pirate room, we did beat it. I don't remember what the time was, but we had a great conversation with them afterwards, and I don't know what's up with their website though, because this is the company that we contacted over a week ago, saying that we were looking to come down here.
Yep.
And never got a response from them at all. And I had mentioned it to them, but they kind of beat around the bush and didn't really answer the question.
I don't think they knew how to answer it.
Maybe. So look into your website and check it, because
And as far as
I don't know.
technical issues with it, I did get an email
yeah,
right after thanking us for coming down, thanking us for playing. Had a code in it
for 10%
for
off.
10% off. We tried to play more of their games today, and that code wouldn't work.
Yeah, it wouldn't work at all. I actually got the same code after booking, and I haven't tried it since, because chances are we're not going to be back here for a little bit. But
Yeah.
so yeah, you guys gotta maybe check that out. Check out the techie side of your website type
Yeah.
end of it. But all in all, Ghost of Pirates Bay was a phenomenal room.
Yeah, a little dark in there.
Yeah,
Not dark as in horror. Dark as in
dark,
dark,
no
dark,
lights.
low lights.
Maybe throw a couple flashlights in there.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. We were using our phones for lights.
Yep.
I mean, granted, every cell phone has a light, but who wants to keep holding their cell phone?
Drained my battery doing it today.
Oh, that was today. But other than that, so that was last night's. Then we decided, all right, we're gonna book. We're gonna book the rooms. We got back here. We recorded the podcast for the previous episode here.
And we were gonna look for a different place for today.
Right.
But because that room and those game masters, everyone working there was so good, we decided to
Book
do
with
this
the second place.
Yeah.
Right. So we booked 3 rooms at Miller Place. Escape Thrill. I don't know why I keep wanting to call them Escape Thrill, but Escape Zone. We went to their Miller Place location, and I got to tell you, we booked the 3 rooms. The first 3 rooms we booked was what is it?
The
Vampire?
Beware of the Yeti,
Yeah.
the Vampire Slayers,
Yeah.
and what was the other one?
I'm trying to think myself. Oh, Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, yes.
Jurassic Park. That was the third one. We just did them today. We can't even remember.
My brain is just goo
Yeah.
at the moment.
So we did. When you pull up to the place, I'm sure it's due to COVID reasons. You have to call, say, okay, this time is your booking, and they come out and get you.
Yeah, yeah.
Luckily, it was a nice day out.
Yep.
So it wasn't cold, wasn't hot. It was like perfect day. So you hang out outside for 5 or 10 minutes or whatever, and they come and get you and right to the room.
Yep.
No pussyfooting around. And we started with the vampire room and immersion. This guy is great at immersion.
It was an excellent, excellent room.
This company alone is great at immersion.
Yes.
You just can't beat it.
We were a little slow on the uptake in the beginning of that room. I don't know if it was just us with our brains being a little rusty or oldness setting in.
I think it's oldness setting in, to be quite honest.
But once we got rolling, we were hitting it pretty good, and it is such a fun room. And
it really was a fun room.
We saw things in there, props in there that were different than we've seen, or different versions of what we've seen.
Yes and no. Yeah. Okay.
And I liked it. I thought it was a really good time.
I did too. This room was done very well. One prop we thought we broke.
Yeah.
Apparently we didn't. It just stopped talking to us.
Didn't like us anymore.
Yeah. But we got it. I don't know if anything was really leapy in this room, but it was good use of black lights.
Yeah.
Decent black light to use too.
Yes.
They I try not to give anything away, but I mean, I really don't want to give spoilers for this place because it's that good.
Yeah, no, the only thing I could really say is they really used more than just your average one type of puzzle in the room.
Right.
There was not a million, but there's a lot of different types of things that you had to do, and it made it for an enjoyable experience.
Yes.
And it was
yeah. I don't think there was really any puzzle that was aggravating. Well, maybe one.
In the beginning.
And I think it's because we both...
But that was us.
Well, no, I'm not even talking down. I'm talking inside. Once we got through the first area.
The only one that we really disagreed with, that we had a problem with, was us disagreeing on it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
How to do
that's
it.
what I'm saying by a frustrating puzzle. And it was just us disagreeing.
And really what it came down to was the interpretation of a word.
Yeah.
And how I defined it and how you defined
exactly.
it. And I was right.
Yeah, whatever. The clock is right twice a day.
This is true.
So, Anyway, this room was done very well. Again, I'm not trying to give spoilers, so I can't really talk too much more about it.
No.
I'm sure you can't either. So, again, phenomenal set design. Whiteboards. You need whiteboards. You need piece of paper, pen, something in there. You just do. I mean, I understand. Yes, you can write notepads, but it's not the same unless you have a drawing app on your phone to draw everything out that you need to draw out and figure out how to do it. You need something in there. It's, and I'm probably going to say this for every single room.
They're worried about things getting dirty and things running out of ink, and they're worried about ghosting on the whiteboard and this and that. That's very minimal, I think, probably.
I think so, too. If you just wipe them off after every use.
You get those static boards.
Those static boards were great, too, yeah.
There's nothing that's left on it. There's nothing.
Right. Yeah.
So. And I love just walking around with that board in my hand.
Yeah, you do.
Because I have to write things down. That's how I think things out.
Right.
I have to see it written down in front of me.
Yep.
So
in a lot of these puzzles, you kind of needed that.
Yeah.
In each room.
So for me to sit there looking at it, trying to figure it out in my head, while you're saying X, Y, and Z next to me, my mind just shuts down.
Right.
But
so anyway, phenomenal room. We go into the next room, and it was the Yeti.
Yes.
Or
the
Yeti. Beware the Yeti, it's called. And we've heard nothing but good things about this room. Even after we were done, we were outside taking a break before our next room, and we were talking with some gamers that were going in.
And I wish I could remember their name.
I wish I could remember, yeah.
But they have a little dog.
Bell. That he takes in with him to all the experiences.
Yeah, he's from Brooklyn, and he's going to check us out. So let us know what your name was, and we'll give you a shout-out.
Yeah. And Taylor and Josh over at Exit Games, man. Somebody's going to be going down to Orlando to do a few escape rooms, and he's going to take the 2-hour ride up to Clearwater just to play your game.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Les.
We are spreading the word.
But we did return to Beware the Yeti. This was really done very, again, immersive. This guy's got immersion down pat.
It is.
I shouldn't say this guy. This company has immersion down pat. You really know. I don't know of any other place that had immersion this good.
I agree 100%.
In each room, they were consistent. They're consistent with every room so far.
And I really want to tell you the things that stick out in my mind about this room, but it would ruin it.
It would.
Everyone.
It really would. This one, there was one frustrating part in this whole thing, and we were playing the hot and cold game with the game master, and the game master was right on top. We had the same game master throughout every single room.
Shout out to Gabby.
Yeah, shout out to Gabby. And she was phenomenal.
Gabby was great.
You know, we talked about how immersion in past episodes are like our biggest thing. It's starting to dwindle because some things, the immersion's got to be there now.
Right.
Now we're looking into how well is the game master performing.
Right.
And so far in Long Island that we've done, the game master at the first place was
Yep.
But Escape Thrill, both places were on point.
Unbelievable.
But like I said, there was one thing that really frustrated both of us.
Yep.
And it wasn't even us. It's just that we couldn't find what we were looking
right.
for. And we were playing the hot and cold game, and we both got confused because I'm standing in one area, you're standing in a different one, and you're really looking, and I'm just standing there, and she's like warmer. And so you keep looking. So I walk over to you, and now you're like, ice cold. I'm like, what the hell? So she was talking to me because I was closer. And, you know, it was funny, though. In the end, it was funny. And I'll tell you what. Once you get to that spot, search the whole room.
Yes.
That's the only clue I'm going to give you. That's the only hint I'll give you.
And
that's it.
All their games are like that.
Yeah.
Other games are you got to look in every little corner, every little spot
crevice.
that as you're scanning it, you're gonna think, no, there's nothing over there. As soon as you think there's nothing over there, go there because there will be
Go
something
there
there
again. Yeah. So, Beware the Yeti. Phenomenal room. 2 phenomenals.
Nice wow factors in it. From the moment you walk in, it's a wow factor, all the way through to the end.
This game flowed really well.
Yeah.
We got stuck maybe once, maybe twice, and I think that was just because I think we mainly called out just some of the answers we got to make sure they were right.
Yeah, we're starting to get in that habit now. Well, if you have a good game master, they don't mind that.
Right.
If you get a rapport going with them, we had a rapport going with Gabby, and it's not an informal asking for clues. It's now a friendly conversation that you're having, and it's pretty cool.
Right. No, you're 100% right. And again, Gabby, probably one of the best game masters we've ever had.
Yeah.
And to put up with us from 2 o'clock in the afternoon till almost 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
We want to thank you.
And she was friendly and energetic the whole time.
She was. So, I don't know if we needed extra time in this room or what. They gave us extra time in a couple rooms to finish the rooms.
Because we're special.
Yeah, well, we're special in different ways, too.
My mommy says I'm special.
But
He
yes.
said the short bus is for very special people.
Yes.
Saved by the bell, baby. Anyway, so Beware the Yeti. I highly recommend this room to everybody out there that wants to do escape rooms or loves to do escape rooms. Do this room.
And if you did it in the order that we did, you did the vampire first and then this room, it's such a stark difference in room design.
Room design, game flow.
They're both, immersion through the roof. The puzzles are, but that he could do immersion and game flow that well, 2 totally separate ways. Is like we've been to some places where the rooms are kind of similar the way they're set up.
Yeah, most of them are just a linear room. And
Yeah, you can't get more of a difference in design and setup and everything else.
Right.
And it was very, very well done.
Yeah, very well done. So let's move on to our third room here, and it was Jurassic World or something like that. It's not on the card. Because I think they just recently opened this.
Could have been.
And I think because especially those were printed beforehand.
Yep.
Oh, it's Jurassic World or Jurassic Park or something. It's Jurassic. And again, you go into this room, and we've done one other Jurassic Park themed room in New Jersey.
Exit 4.
Exit 4, yep.
Which is a very good room.
Very good room. And so we kind of had an idea of what it should look like and everything else. This room, immersion was done very well.
Yep.
Again, like I said, this whole company is immersion. Very done.
Yeah.
Done, to the 10s, to the 9s, or whatever they call it. But this one was a little
aggravating.
It could have been, too, that it was our third room right in a row. Maybe 5-minute, 10-minute break in between.
In a row.
Hangry. I don't know, hangry, because we ate right before we went in.
We did.
But we did do a lot of walking around, a lot of kneeling, a lot of moving.
Yeah.
And we're not used to that. We're lazy.
It's a great room. Again, immersion is unbelievable. It's not the room for 2 fat old guys to play.
Very true. And again, you're in Jurassic Park, and it's a darker room, meaning light-wise, not horror.
Yep.
There should be flashlights in it.
Yeah.
The Yeti, no, you don't need flashlights. But this here, it was a darker room. You should have some type of flashlight on you. I mean, if you're trying to investigate stuff, you're going to be searching everything.
Yeah.
And again, this is the room. Search every inch of this room that you can search.
And where the main pieces of certain things are that have to be read, they're in locations that are really not the easiest to get to and to maintain a position to read them.
And see them from other other areas, right? So, granted, I deleted them, but I took pictures so that we had it with us.
Yep.
They didn't say anything to us. I don't recommend it, but I think they need flashlights in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Again, whiteboards again in this room. Same with Yeti. Yeti needs whiteboards also, or pen and paper. And so, but going through it, was, I don't know if this one wasn't as aggravating as other parts of some of the rooms were. We didn't. There was one part we just didn't pay attention to, dates and whatnot, and so that kind of threw us for a loop.
Yep.
But the end result was pretty cool.
Yes.
I don't know if you consider that a 3-room game.
I consider it 1, 2, 3-room game.
3-room game. Once you get into the last room, it's freaking cool in there.
There's a couple really cool props in there.
Yeah. And that's where I think the immersion end of it got to me better than the one in Exit Games. Although I liked the wow factor at the end of Exit 4.
Yep.
At Exit 4. I liked the wow factor, but the immersion of what took place in there, or what was in there,
Yep.
I thought was better. It was more realistic.
Yep. I'll give you that.
And I'm not trying to take anything away from Exit 4.
No.
We actually liked that room puzzle-wise better than we did this one.
Yeah, I would say so. Like I said, it kind of got to me that the main things that you had to use throughout it were inconvenient. I guess the best way to do it, to say it.
Yes.
Another thing with the room, and it started in this room and then carried on throughout, was the heavy use of color. It started in this room.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was heavy, but
Well, it did start in this room.
the color really did start in this room.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was one point where you're like,
I couldn't read one of the letters.
Is there a letter or a number in the middle of that? And I'm like, because I was so far away at the time, I could barely see it. But I think that's just depth perception. But we saw it, and I liked that puzzle though, the way it worked, and it was cool. They know how to put puzzles together. But
he has a mind for creating puzzles that he comes up with really good puzzles that are fun to do without him trying to prove he's smarter
yes,
than you.
yes,
And that's a lot of owner-built rooms. You run into that problem where I built every puzzle in here, and I'm smarter than you, and I'm going to prove it.
right.
And this wasn't. I built all these puzzles, and I want you to have a good time and solve them.
Exactly. And this room was good. Not my favorite in the place, but it was good.
Yep.
Highly recommend it to anybody. I mean, you want to be in there. We're never ever going to tell you not to do the rooms. Yeah. Well, I can't say we'll never ever, because I think there have been a couple times we've said, don't even waste your time.
Yeah, this is nowhere close to that.
Nowhere close to that. You like doing escape rooms, you're going to want to do every room in this place.
And we're talking to people outside, they all had the same opinion.
Yes. Yes. So, again, Jurassic World, good.
Yes.
Good room. So that was the end of our thing at first. And then you kind of asked, can we do, because they have heroes and villains, which is
4
Marvel.
players.
Right. And it's a 4-player game.
Yep.
And when we were at the St. James place, we asked if the 4-player games there, which was Mad Hatter and It, if we can do those with just 2 people. And they were saying, no, there's just way too much to do.
Right.
And in one of them, just split up.
Right.
So we're like, okay. I can kind of understand the split up part, but we're not afraid to do the work.
And when I talked to Gabby,
Yep.
Between our first 2 games,
Yep.
I asked her, and I said, listen, I'm not afraid of not getting out of the room. I could care less if we get out of the room. I told her, we're doing it to do the room. Is it possible? And she's like, well, it is possible. She said, I'd have to make a phone call.
Because the way they book it, you can only book 4 people.
Right. And she was not, once we told her who we were, and I think that had something to do with it too. And
Could have.
she said, yeah. She says, you guys got to go ahead. You want to do it? That's fine. And we were very, very thankful.
Yeah.
That they were very appreciative.
Yeah.
And had a great time.
I thought, yeah. So we went in, we did Heroes first, and you want to talk about Marvel, and you want to talk about this artistry.
Now, you got to kind of talk about the 2 rooms together.
Well, because you can go head-to-head with them.
Yeah, and there's a window
Right.
that you could see through from one room to the next.
Right.
So if you went with a larger group and you split up, you could, even though the games are different, you could play head-to-head.
Right.
Or if the groups are different, it doesn't make it different. You just look through and see them.
Right.
Like me and the other guy were waving at each other and making each other laugh.
Right,
And
and you were trying to sneak in the window.
You know?
Yeah. But we did the Heroes first, and I'll tell you what, this artist is phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I know a pretty good artist myself, and I don't know if she could be this good.
The time and effort it took to make that was just unbelievable.
It was awesome. And
again, the attention to detail that makes these rooms as immersive as they are is in every single room and flows through everything in the room. To the hand-painted things on the walls, to everything.
Well, all the boxes were hand-painted.
All the boxes are hand-painted. Everything.
Everything.
Puzzle pieces.
The floor.
Everything.
Everything was done.
Yeah.
And everything was done to a T.
Yep.
Now, object is to find the Infinity Stones and put them in the gauntlet.
Yes.
Both rooms.
Yes.
But, so we did the Heroes room, and they have the same maze, puzzle, different maze in it.
Yeah.
And you were saying on the ride back, they had one also in the pirate room, and I'm sorry if this is a spoiler, but they are just way too long.
There's a lot of twists and turns in them. We've seen ones that were half as intricate that would have been fine.
Right.
But
I mean, it is what it is. We got through it. We got it. Opened it up. We did what we had to do. This room was like semi-linear, but not linear at all. Like, that's why I guess semi-linear.
Yeah.
Because it was nice that a few of the locks opened up. As you opened them up, led to the next one to open up. And then we kind of hit a wall.
Yep.
Now we're trying to figure everything else out. And we needed quite a bit of help with this room.
More help in...
Because we just got stuck.
We needed more help in heroes than we did in villains.
Yeah, villains we were more saying, is this the right answer? Is this the right answer? Is this the right answer? But in heroes, there was... no, that was in villains. Heroes was good. I think I liked villains better.
I think I like villains better.
Only because of what you're actually doing.
Yes.
And I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm trying to remember heroes.
It's cool when you play both of the rooms. It's cool because they have similar games in them, but the games are different.
Yes.
You walk into heroes and it's a heroes room. It's a bright, shiny room.
Yep.
You walk into villains room and it's a dark room. It's a dark gray room.
Yep.
And it's the differences between them are pretty cool when you play both rooms.
Yes.
I thought that the heroes room might be geared towards, not geared towards, but I think younger kids might like the hero's room better than the villain's room. And I think once you got to a certain age level, the villain's room would appeal to you a little bit more.
Yeah.
But you're walking a very thin line. It's not
Yeah.
an adult room versus a kid's room.
Right.
It's
Right. And, again, there was one puzzle that frustrated both of us. And, of course, it had to be Spider-Man. But,
Spider-Man.
That puzzle, that's where we needed a wipe-off board or a piece of paper. You got to put something in the room that you could write on. Laminate, I don't care.
We would have been done with that puzzle a lot quicker.
Yes.
There was directions on how to do it, but sitting there trying to do the math in your head, having something to write on is just makes things 100
It does.
times easier.
It really does. And when you do puzzles, most of them are on paper.
Yeah.
So you're writing stuff anyway.
And in the villain's room, there was another one that was like that with names of stuff and on a puzzle that you put together.
Yes.
And you had to, this letter, this number of letters down, this letter, and
Right.
so now you're trying to.
Well, that was in a couple of them because that was also in the pirate room. We had to figure something out, something like that.
Yeah.
And you needed pen and paper for that. You did.
Yeah.
The other one, like you said, pen and paper should have been for that, or a laminate. Once you figured out that puzzle, there could have been a laminate somewhere. They could have thrown one underneath, and then we could have wrote it all out on the laminate.
Yeah.
Something, like, whatever. But there's got to be something to write on, guys. And we're not going to let up on this.
You know what? A notebook.
A notebook.
You could throw in there.
Yeah.
You could buy a ream of copy paper.
Yeah.
And just give everyone 5 sheets when they go in.
And a pen. Here you go.
And a pen, and it's done.
Here you go.
There were, in each one of those rooms, fitting to whether it was good or evil, a good wow factor prop in each one. I like the one in the villain's room a little bit better. But the one in the hero's room was cool.
Yeah. The villain's room, I like the use of the blacklight. We've never done that before.
It was a different, much different way of doing it.
Yes. Again, the wow factor, but at the end of that wow factor, it was to me more of a time waster than anything else. Now, granted, we did the last part of it. I think there was 2 more puzzles to do.
Yes, exactly, too.
But we had a minute 45 left. I mean, granted, they gave us extra time on this, too. And by the time we put that together and the sound played, the sound was a minute and a half long.
Yep.
And there's nothing to do but listen to this because what was supposed to pop open doesn't pop open until the end. Right. If that popped open at the beginning, you don't have to run the sound. Or you can still run the sound, but you could read it quicker and get it done.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I would say. I mean, again, granted, these rooms are geared for 4 or more people, so maybe they had other stuff.
I don't know. I loved that wow factor prop that was in the villain's room.
Yeah.
I liked listening to it. I liked doing everything. I wish it did a little bit more. I wish it was a little bit more.
Well, if you actually put it together,
bigger and showy or something.
Right.
Or for what it opened, it should have been a little bit more dramatic.
Yeah.
They could have done a couple different things.
Yeah.
But it is using that prop throughout the game. To me, was that room, and I loved it.
Well, just the way they hid the parts to that thing was great.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it.
No.
I didn't expect, well, the one spot anyway. Yep. I didn't expect it. And then we got to, when that door did pop open, we got to another puzzle, which was a color puzzle.
Yep.
Which, again, we've been, we stress the fact that, you're colorblind.
Yep. And
a lot of escape rooms don't take into consideration colorblind.
Yes.
All right, color blindness. People are colorblind. This wasn't as heavy in color as the Heroes Room,
No.
but there were some color puzzles. We got through it.
Right. And
This-
when we were in the Heroes Room, I did mention it to her.
Yes.
And when we did the Villains Room, she says, it's stuck in my head what you said, and when I'm watching you guys do it,
Especially this
keeping
one.
those, he goes, I'd never realized how much color there actually is
Yeah.
in the room.
Now, the one color puzzle that even threw me for a loop, and
Yep.
and I'm not colorblind, but everything was just so close. A blue and a purple were just almost identical.
Welcome to my world.
That she had to come in and help us.
Yes.
But that puzzle alone got me aggravated. And I did not like that puzzle whatsoever.
It was
I thought it was very leapy.
to the point that she offered to come in to show us how that puzzle works.
And then just went through the puzzle with us.
And he actually went through it with us. And
I still didn't like
if
the
it
puzzle.
wasn't for that,
We would never have gotten
no.
it. So, I want to play this soundbite so bad, but I just think I shouldn't.
Again, Gabby was
A champ.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. There's not that many game masters that are going to come in and actually do the puzzle for you almost.
It was, she was good.
She
I
was.
liked it.
She was good. All in all, I think it was a successful time there.
There is not a bad room
There really isn't.
in this place.
Not at all. Check them out. They are Escape Zone Long Island,
Yeah.
and their website, if I can find it, escapezonelongisland.com.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, it is. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter. Or, no, I'm sorry, Instagram at Escape Zone Long Island. And they do have two Facebook pages. One is James Place, and the other one is Miller Place.
And
St.
if you
James.
want to get something to eat, there's a Restaurant 7.
It's
across the-
something 7.
I think it was Restaurant 7.
Retro 7 or something. I got the
It's a
receipt.
bar and restaurant, and I got excellent
Recipe 7.
Recipe 7.
Cocktails and kitchen
And it is 285 feet away
from the escape room.
from the escape room, according to my phone.
Yes.
And I got a great sandwich there.
Yes.
If you don't want to go into a bar and grill, there's a Friendly's on the corner.
Which we ate at too.
We ate at too, and I have to yet get my ice cream.
Yeah.
But I will.
You need ice cream.
When you go to Friendly's and download their app, you get a free ice cream.
Yes. So anyway, again, Escape Zone Long Island, escapezonelongisland.com. Check them out on Facebook. Check us out on Facebook, DIU Escape Crew. Like us, subscribe us, share us.
Crue is CRUE,
Like Motley
like
Crue.
Motley Crue.
Check out our website, diuescapecrew.com, and you could check out everything in there, our archives, our podcasts, our merch, all the companies we've done with links going straight to those websites.
Damn straight.
So you could book right straight from our website
Yep.
if you want. As long as the place is still open and we did the company, there will be a link to it.
That's right.
I do have to do some updating after these podcasts, of course, but yeah. If you guys want us to do a room or check out a room or whatever, send us a message on Facebook, DIU Escape Crew. You want to ask us questions, you want whatever. We're always looking for travel buddies now.
Yep.
So we can kind of get these bigger rooms done and play these bigger rooms. So if you're an escape room enthusiast, or not even, you don't even have to be an enthusiast. You just want to try to do a room with us, let us know. We're down to play.
Want to hang with the big dogs, let us know.
Yeah.
Woof, woof. When the tail's a wagging, there ain't no lagging.
God bless those pagans.
Anyway, so check us all out. Other than that, I think we're good, man. We're hoping to hit this place again on another trip.
We will be back.
Because this was an impromptu trip.
And hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah.
Although, if we wait a little bit longer, there's talk of a new room going in. But
that's like months away.
It might be months by the time we get there.
Yeah. So, anyway. Again, I'm kind of looking forward to the Dark Hatter room. Or Dark Hatter. It was the Mad Hatter room. Yeah. It's because freaking Steph and her Dark Matter Hatter.
Dark Matter Hatter.
But I'm looking forward to the Mad Hatter room.
Shout out to Steph.
Yeah. She's the one who started the whole goddamn thing.
Yep.
You know?
OG right there.
OG. She was there for our very first escape room.
Yep.
And,
he's the original gamer, OG.
OG, the original gamer. So, yeah. Anyway. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think so.
That's Bill.
That is Dom.
And you'll hear from us when you hear from us.
Peace out.